This is Stevie Mac, and this is the WP-Prettyphoto tutorial. Let's jump into it. First thing we're going to do is log into our WordPress website, and the dashboard underneath the plugins main category, we're going to click on Add New. And when we do, you'll see this screen. In this field here, we're going to type Prettyphoto. Click Search Plugins. Alright, so this very first one that pops up is the one we're looking for. Mine's already installed. Yours is not. Instead of it saying install there will be one of these links like this that says install now. You click that, then you'll verify that you want to install that, and once WordPress does a little bit of hocus pocus, you should see a little link at the bottom that says activate this plugin. Go ahead and click activate this plugin, and once you do, Prettyphoto will add you a link on the navigation under settings, and it should be almost all the way at the bottom of your left side sidebar. So we're going to click on WP-Prettyphoto so we can configure this thing. So this kind of explains what Prettyphoto does. It will automatically replace any of the supported media types with a lightbox. So I'll show you what that means here in a moment. Note, you can also use external iframes with this. So this means, let's say for instance, you type in a YouTube link into a post and somebody clicks that link, instead of it shooting them to YouTube, it pops up a lightbox with the YouTube player in it. It's super cool. So this is pretty much out of the box, exactly the settings that you'll see when you initially install your Prettyphoto plugin. The only thing I think I've changed is instead of using dark rounded, I chose light square because I think it looks better with our website. Other things to take a look at down here, they do provide a bunch of markup in case you wanted to put this into your HTML coding in some sort of fashion. So if you made an image source call and wrote it in this fashion in an HTML document, so your source would be where the image lives and the ID would be full res image. When somebody clicked on that, it would pop up in the lightbox. So pretty slick. And one other thing I'd like for my Cape Fear students to see is take a look at this piece of code here where you could write into an HTML document this div class, which is called pp inline space clear fix, right, and replace this content sort of placeholder with whatever you would like to pop up inside of that lightbox, and that's as easy as it is. So once you're done, go ahead and click Save Changes, and let's take a look at how that manifests itself on our website. So we'll go ahead and refresh our website. So now when I click on any image, it opens in this handsome little light box, and it provides me navigation. It resizes to the image size and image ratio. It also will allow you to resize the image to full size and contract the image back down. Super cool. You also have a choice of whether you would like it to carry this, the alt text in this box right here, so you could put something in the alt text and that would appear right here. So let's say a copyright or something like that. And with a little bit of tweaking on your CSS, you can get rid of this titling sitting at the top. I'll show you how we do that real quick. So in Dreamweaver, I'm going to pinpoint the class which holds that text, and what I mean by that is, so here we are in our lightbox, and here's our text up here. Let me show you with the Firebug here. If I hover over this, I can see that I've got a div.ppt. That is what is holding this text right here. So all I'm going to do is, in my style sheet, I'm going to put a text indent of 99,999 pixels. So basically it's taking that text and it's shooting it to the left a whole football field or something. So now I need to save this and upload it to the server. Let's take a look once we refresh here. See if we can get rid of that text that's sitting at the top of the box. So now that text is no longer sitting right here. It's 99,999 pixels in this direction, sort of out of view. The cool thing about that is the search engines will still see that text, so that, or the title of the image is important or is something that is yielding search returns. You know, it's still there, it's just not showing up because our styling is pushing it over to the side. One other interesting thing we got to cover before we finish talking about Prettyphoto is how to use the gallery shortcode to support Prettyphoto. And so Prettyphoto is basically replacing any link to a photo with Prettyphoto code. Alright, so you have to specify the link has got to be the file and not the attachment page, and so I'll show you what I mean by that. If we're going to install a gallery, let's real quick, we're going to click on Upload Insert. I'm going to click on Gallery here, showing that I have 7 photos in my gallery. You have these two choices. Thumbnails link to file, image file, or attachment page. We're going to choose image file if we want this to be supported by the Prettyphoto plugin. Once you do that, click Insert. So this is the code that it generates, and as long as it's linking to the file and not linking to the attachment page, which is the default setting or the non-setting of this link equals file, it will perform differently, and I'll give you some examples of how that functions. So on this page I got a couple examples. This is one using Prettyphoto. This is the one we've seen. So because it has the link equals quote file quote, it opens inside of the Prettyphoto because it's replacing the link to the file with the Prettyphoto code. This one just has the typical square bracket gallery square bracket, so the nominal code for gallery, and this is going to by default want to open the attachment page. So when I click this instead, it takes me to the attachment page where you see the photo on its own page. It's not horrible, but I think we'd all agree that it's a whole lot nicer to be able to click on something, it opens up, if you want to see another one, you can click through like so. It's just a whole lot more sort of functional to have this Prettyphoto sort of gallery loading in. So with that being said, I think that's going to be our end of our WP-Prettyphoto tutorial. Hopefully you find it informative and helpful. Thanks.